Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Octoman and this is the walkthrough, no, the Let's Play for Epic War Saga Relaunch in 2K18. When you come to this chapter 5, mission 3, you're gonna think, oh my god, this is so hard to beat, and I can tell you why that is the case. So the first case is he's only playing water units and fire units, and also he's boosting his attacks with fire plus M units as well, or fire plus M and and water plus S items. So, and that's a problem over here. So this setup is kind of rude. This guy does not really do the damage. It's more like it's units. So we need to do something against or to encounter. Like, for example, this little puppy dragons, they do a massive amount of damage, and also they have a really long shot. If they have shot already and there's nothing in between you or your hero and the puppy dragons, they will still hit you directly, and that's the problem over here. As well as the totems, for example, they're gonna do decent amount of damage. They do leech attack and they're range M. So what are the possibilities we're gonna have here? Let's pretty quick go back to the formation tab and check what's going on. So since he is playing water units, we have the possibility to use Thunder, and Thunder does not directly be affected by fire. But since he's also playing fire, we're gonna have to think about, are we going to use water? But once again, all of that does really... it is not an easy choice over here. So what I do, or what I did already, I upgraded my Thunder Temple to level 3. So I was able, or I am able, to get the Witch, which I already bought, as well as some other units, just to make sure and check out stuff beforehand we go into this and form this down. So the Witch, as you can see, she is good against water units, so we can get rid of all the totems if we like to, because they do some kind of shock. Every unit will be shocked once getting hit by the witch. But the downside, as you can see, it has a super low attack, so this is not useful. I also bought the Templar Knight just to make sure and check it out. Actually, I built this in the Monster Lab, but actually even that have a super bad... yeah, a bad day over there. I haven't checked out the troll, but I was actually going and get this one since they have a big amount of HP. We can test this out, as well as taking the gorilla, which has a range L attack and also are able to do stun, and they have a decent amount of attack and HP as well, so they can survive like everything in that round. So no matter what's going to come against these gorilla guys, is going to become destroyed. I also bought the totems, but actually it turned out that they are not performing as I expected. Even if they are cheap, they are not surviving anything. Then I bought also the Dragon Warrior just to have something against all the fire units, but even that didn't work well. So once again, I already tested a lot of stuff in here. Currently my level is level 129, and I also mastered mission 2, of course, as I already do in the other ones as well. I got a decent amount of iron ore meanwhile doing so, as well as 1 boomerang. So if we are going to use later on the boomerang man for whatever reason, then we are able to do, hopefully sooner or later, can build this one in the Monster Lab as well. Okay, so, and also I got one reward, I don't remember, since I guess it was Master of War over here, which gave me 50,000 gold, 50 crystals, and a hero rune once again. So that concludes, I am at crystal 510 now, and I already checked my daily login, and as I saw before, this is starting on Monday and going up to Sunday, and if you stop meanwhile one day or the other, you are unable, I guess, you are unable to get this one on Sunday, because on the next Monday everything going to reset, no matter if you start at day 5 of the week. It really doesn't matter. So just make sure that you go in like every day and play if you are able to. Otherwise you might not get the crystals in the end. So that's pretty much everything about this info. Also, I got rid of my EXP ring and I took this ring over here in the last video, I guess. So I took an item plus M, so since I don't need EXP anymore, since energy once again becomes obsolete soon and will not be, hopefully, I mean, we don't know, but probably energy does not come back to the game anymore. Also, I would have the possibility to invest some more points into attack, but currently I just keep it as is, so we know better what's going on over here in Mission 3. So I can tell you that this is going to take a long time before you're able to really make a good damage amount and clear this one really fast. So what choices do we have is we can try to increase our damage by, for example, using the Holy Matriarch when we are using the Witch. Once again, she is doing like stun lock the whole time. Nothing is going to be able to pass all the witches you are able to send. Also, once again, it is bad to have them, actually, they are doing the stun lock, but they don't do like any damage. I mean, super low or super slow damage. So the choice could be sending out some kind of like 2 witches to stun lock everything and then send out the damage dealer. Probably we can do it with pirates, which are of type water, which we can get in the water temple as well for 10,000, but the downside is they have a range plus S only, or range S only. They do piercing attack, and probably they are not a bad choice at all against like all the puppy dragons. The downside is the HP. As you can see, they can barely survive 1 or 2 hits of them, except when the puppy dragons are coming all over the place, they probably survive 2 hits, I don't know, and probably get rid of some more of these. Also, the other hand we could try out is getting our hand to the Reaper, but as you can see, this Reaper is freaking expensive. But on the other hand, he is a melee unit. It can leech HP to itself, and also it has a really high survivability, like 1,600 attack and 3,900 HP, which you can get on level 5 of the Water Temple. So you can even think about getting those. So my first approach now will be we're gonna clear this at first with the gorillas. Since the gorillas have a decent... Oh, dang. I forgot to equip them. So I just go and lose pretty quick here. And I equip the gorilla guys over here. I can also get the witches in here, so I can show you what's going on with that. Girls, and probably we find something which is doing a bit more damage or whatever than the witches. Once again, these witches are here for stun locking opponents or enemies. As you can see, when they do their stun lock, nothing except the boss is able to move. So what we also can do is, meanwhile these girls are out at this point, as you can see, he's only sending puppy dragons now because the water units would just be useless for him. So he tries to get as much out as possible. But on the other hand, as you can see, meanwhile this witch is doing their stun lock to all the enemies. We can basically call out anything else. Even in low range, like with the pirates, we are probably better or good to go. And as you have seen, one puppy dragon made it so that he was able to shoot my witches by passing by. And once again, that means that the witches are not a good choice, and these puppy dragons are really insane in doing damage, I tell you. So we made it so that the gorillas have been able to beat this mission kind of alone since their long range attack. But the downside, once again, when we would get any other units in here, we would have to playtest a lot. I mean, we are able to beat this mission in about a minute. If I'm not wrong over here and I don't waste too much time. However, there should be, or we can try to get other things running here as well. But we need at least range L for probably the centaur archer in here. But the downside is they're wind and not really good against fire units, and they don't piercing anything. We can try Holy Matriarch, which have a bit more HP, but the the damage, the attack they currently make use of is maybe just 200 more than the other ones. Also, the population is only 4, and they are rather coast intense. They coast like 4 mana in the beginning. So, I mean, we can instantly call them. They have a range M, like the Puppy Dragon have as well. So, that would be a choice. What we could also go for, but currently we don't have access to, is the Pegasus Wing and using the Pegasus Knights later on for going further and farming them. We could invest some time or money or whatever into the Fire Dragon, so we get the Puppy Dragon in here. Then we change or get rid of all the enemies probably. Well, no, we are not. Since, the problem is, once again, these totems are going to shred this guy to hell, like, in no time. No. That's not good. So what we want to stick for or two is probably Earth units. Maybe, one of these Earth Dragons are going to be good to go. But I guess the Gorillas at the moment are the cheapest possibility we can make use of. As you can see, even the Elite Knights, I mean, they are of type Earth, but they have like no attack and they have like almost no HP. What I can try now is I go again into it. I can try out. Oh, I don't have I didn't have equipped them, but I will do in a sec. What I could try is the trolls. I already bought them. They are level 1 units. And we probably are good with those trolls. The downside is the damage they are doing is probably not as good. But on the other hand, not speaking of damage, they might survive long enough to make their way to the boss itself. So, and as you can see, the Gorillas alone are performing rather nicely because of the long range. They can survive some hits of the little Puppy Dragon, as well as pushing them back if they have to. And they're gonna do a, let's say, decent amount of damage to the boss or to the enemy, to the Salamander King over here. And the clear time is, well, yes, not the good one and not the best one over here. So, last thing I want to test is I'm gonna change my hobbits in here for this little trolls and just see what's going on with that, guys. I mean, I haven't tested them earlier. So, they have like a decent amount of HP. Their attack is okay-ish, but probably they are not able to reach the point of doing damage. So let's see and check this one out pretty quick. And yeah, that's what we're gonna see here. The Puppy Dragons are doing insane, really insane damage to like everything which is coming to their or next to their place. So the only choice we're gonna have now is to save this round is going with the Gorillas and hope best. Also probably sending out one pack of witches, but as you can see, as the Gorillas or anything coming across over here, all the shots done by these guys have just passed through, and that makes us lose horribly. We cannot do anything against the sheer damage amount done by the Puppy Dragons. So, that concludes basically the video over here. So, when you want to go and do all of the damage, or actually when you want to farm this, you better have a good amount of time with you. So, once again, you can and you should go and stick with the Gorillas as they are rather cheap, I would say. I believe you can access them in the temple, in the Earth Temple level 4 or 5, or even 3. I'm not 100% sure. However, when it comes so that he just starts out with sending the small little Puppy Dragons, that's the best way you can stick up to the Gorillas, get them out and let them do their job. Once again, it takes like a minute and probably a half on top of that, but that's the only choice I currently see, and probably I find another way, and I will test around a bit And if something is changing over here, I'm gonna let you know and probably show you another way where you can easily beat this. As you can see, it took like 1.5 minutes to make it through. Thanks a lot for watching. I still hope you enjoyed this one, even if it's really a big and hard mission over here. And sum this video up if you like it, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more content in the future. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.